Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how basically we can make a desktop application inside Electron. We will be deploying this application to a exe file. So this will be the end product we will be building, guys. So there will be a folder created. This is a setup file. You will see that 44 megabytes. This is the exe application. It is installing inside my machine. So once it is installed right here, this window will open right here. This basically allows you to upload multiple files to your Google Drive account. So this is using OAuth2 authentication. So we have basically authorize button, and basically we have created this folder, and you can upload files to any folder inside your Google Drive. So first of all, you need to authorize access using OAuth2. So if I click this button, I need to enter my email address and password. So I will enter my email address, whichever account that I want to upload files. So click on next, and now here we will enter the password. And then guys, basically after this, it will now be telling me to check my, I have two-factor authentication there. So first of all, I will say yes. Yes. So now this will say, it will request for the permission here. It will say that see, edit, create and delete all the specific Google Drive files you use with this app. So simply click on allow. And now guys, you will be redirected to the screen right here, and here you will be selecting the files, whichever files that you want to select here. So automatically the authorization process is over. We have exchanged the authorization code with the access token. Refresh token is also generated. So now we have redirected to the screen. So here we will select any image files, guys. You can select multiple files. It can't be image files, it can be video files, any file, PDF files as well. I selected 5 files, and now here you need to provide the folder ID. Folder ID is nothing but guys, if you create a folder, this is actual folder ID. So simply copy this, and here I need to upload these files. So simply I will copy this, click on upload. So the message will pop in, files uploaded successfully to Google Drive. And now you can see all the 5 files that I created, guys. You will see uploaded. It is successfully uploaded right here inside my Google Drive. So this is basically the application, guys, that we are trying to build out. You can see that. So all these files have been successfully uploaded, and this is a Electron desktop application, guys. Electron, if you don't know, it's a framework for creating desktop applications with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And basically here, let's suppose if I want to create a new folder, I can create a new folder here and name it as test. Click on create, and now this folder is created. So now if I want to upload files here, I will simply copy these folder ID, and again I will go to my app, simply paste it here. Now I will select, let's suppose, a single file, single image file. Click on upload. You will see now, guys, now you will see that this image file is successfully uploaded. You can see that. So we are using Google Drive API for this process, guys. We are communicating with Google Drive API to upload these files to our Google Drive using Electron, and basically we are using Node.js and Express at the backend, and also we are using Electron in the as a front end. So this is the directory structure, guys. So here we are storing our credentials.json. So this basically, it's a client ID, authorization URI, token URI. I will show you all the steps, guys, which is involved in making this awesome little desktop application which communicates to the Google Drive API. So all the source code you can find in the description of the video, guys. You can go to the description and you can purchase the full source code. If you still have some doubts, you can go to stripe.com. The link is given in the description of the video, and you can purchase the full source code. So now let's get started by building this application. So the very first thing you need to do, guys, first of all, you need to go to Google Cloud Console. So here you need to create a account here, guys. For this, just go to Google Cloud Console, and basically here you need to create a project. After you create a project, you need to go to APIs and services, and here we need to enable our Google Drive API. So simply select the Google Drive API, guys. So wherever it is there, you can even select here Drive API. So simply you need to enable that API, simply enable that. And now we need to create our go to credentials, and here we need to create our OAuth client ID. So simply select this, and this is the most important thing, guys. Most of the time we select here web application, but in this it's a desktop application, so we will now select desktop app, click on create, and now this will create your OAuth client ID. This is the client ID, client secret. You need to click this button, download JSON. This will select, this will basically download your own JSON file. So simply select here. We will need this file later on. So that's the step, guys, you need to perform in the Google Cloud Console. So now what we will see, basically I will close this application and start from scratch. So here what I will do, I will go into my directory and make a new app, which is Drive app, and open this inside my Visual Studio Code text editor. So basically you will now see, guys, it is there. And now what we can do is that we can basically initialize npm init-y, and make sure that, guys, you have Electron installed. You can also globally install Electron using npm i-g for global and Electron. So this will globally install Electron. And here we will need 4 dependencies, guys. First is Google APIs. We also need the Multer dependency, Express, and lastly we will need our Electron. Simply install these 4 dependencies. So after you install this, guys, sorry, one more thing that I forgot. We don't need to install Electron as a normal dependency. We will be installing it as a dev dependency. So these 3 dependencies are required: Google APIs, Multer, Express. So if you see here package.json, all 3 files are there. And for the Electron, we will now be installing it as a dev dependency. Just add this flag. So this will install it as a dev dependency, guys. So now you will see that dev dependency, it's only in the development mode. So whenever we deploy our application, this will not be packaged. That's all. So after this, guys, what we need to do is that we just need to create our index.js. You can also call it as app.js. I need to call this as index.js. We will also be having a welcome screen as well, welcome.html. We will also be having a file called as form.html, where we will contain our simple upload form. These are the directory structure, guys. And now, guys, you need to basically you downloaded this client secret file. You need to simply cut this file and paste it right here inside your, and you can rename this file to credentials.json. Just rename this to credentials.json. So if you now see here credentials.json, so this information is contained, guys. You will see client ID, project ID. So this information will be completely different for you. So don't copy my information. And one more thing you need to do, we need to basically add 3000 port number, because our Electron application will be running on port 3000. That's why we have added this redirect URI. That's all. So after this, guys, we will need to basically go to package.json, and right here inside our script section, we will basically add a start script, which will be Electron dash. So now basically, in order to launch the application, we will simply write here npm run start. This will basically start our Electron application. So nothing will be present right here because our file is empty. So now in the next step, guys, we will start building the applications. So I will be seeing you in the next section. Now, guys, I will start building this application. So inside our index.js file, we will first of all create a window here so that we can see inside our Electron application. So from Electron, we have 3 modules that we need to import. First is the app, browser window, and IPC main. If you basically study Electron, guys, there is basically 2 things out there, which is a main process and a renderer process. Main process is the actual app which is running, which is index.js, and the renderer process is the actual HTML that you see inside Electron. So we need to basically communicate between these two processes. So that's why inter-process communication comes in. So we need to require it from Electron. Browser window is actually used to create a window inside Electron. And now we will be embedding the Express application. So for that we will need to require Express. And here we can say app Express, and we can say Express. And then we also need to import the file system module, guys, which will be needed for this application. And then we will be requiring the Google APIs module. From that we will be importing Google. And also we will be requiring Multer, which will be required for uploading the files. And after this, guys, we also need to import the built-in path module of Node.js. And here, guys, you will declare a variable scopes. Scopes is nothing but which information you want to access. So we only need the drive authentication scope, which allows to basically delete, read, update files inside Google Drive. Authentication drive dot files. So this is an actual scope that we will be requesting the user. And then we will be providing the token path variable, guys. This basically means where we will be storing the access token and the refresh token file. We will be storing in the same directory. The name will be token.json. So this file will dynamically gets created, guys, after we exchange using the authorization code. And then, guys, we will simply say credentials path. So this file we have copy pasted. If you say in the root directory we have this file here, which is credentials.json. So we are simply providing the path here, again path.join dir name, and this time this is present credentials.json. So just spelling needs to be the same here. So after this, guys, this is really simple code. This here we are defining in which location we will be uploading the files, which we will be uploading to Google Drive. So here we are using the dist storage method of Multer, and here basically we need to create a uploads directory where all the files will get uploaded. So here in this folder our files will get uploaded. So we are providing a extracting the extension so that it also contains the extension as well. Then basically we will be initializing a upload variable. We will call the Multer constructor, and inside this we will pass the storage that we have configured. That's all. This is very simple code, guys. After this we will load the credential file, guys. We will require the credential path that with the help of require method we have provided the credentials path. So we are basically loading all the information which is present right here. This is actually an object here, you will see that. So now we are loading all this information inside credentials. So after we do that, guys, what we need to do, we need to create a new authentication client, OAuth client. So from this we will import the client secret, client ID, and the redirect URIs. So this I will say credentials.installed. So if you closely notice, guys, inside this file we have is installed property. This is, and here we are extracting the client secret, client ID, and redirect URIs. You will see that. Three information we are extracting it. After we extract this, we will basically create our OAuth client, OAuth2 client. And for this we will say new Google Auth2, and here we will provide the three parameters: client ID, client secret, and redirect URI 0. That's all. And that's all, guys, we need to do right here. And if you just console log it just to cross check if it is working or not. If I basically run this application, what should happen here? Basically it will print out the authentication client, guys. If you see Nothing happens because I think, yeah, we can see that cannot find module credentials.json. Okay, it is saying that the spelling is, I think it is wrong spelling. CREDENTIALS, credentials. So first of all, let me start this application, guys. I think we haven't started this application. So App Express, we need to listen on this application on port 3000, and here we can say app is listening on port 3000. So our Express application is started on port 3000, and basically we can make a get request to the home route. So whenever someone opens the home route here, we will basically send out the welcome page, welcome.html. So we have created this welcome.html. So we can basically create a template, guys, which h1 tag welcome page, and this will not get started, guys, because we need to start our basically we need to create a window. So we need to create a function, create window. This function will get created. We need to call this function. So when the app is ready, app.on. So Electron contains this event, guys. We have a ready event, and we need to call this function, create window. So right inside this function, guys, we need to basically create a variable right here at the top, which will be main window of the desktop application. And here we can simply say main window, and we can use the browser window module, guys, that we imported from Electron, and we can say the width of the window will be 800 and the height will be around 600. And now to basically load the Node.js modules, we need to add this web preferences property, and node integration, by default it is false, we need to make it true. So after doing this, guys, what we need to do, uh, I think we need to load a URL here. So main window dot load URL. Okay, main window, we can also bind a event main window on closed. So when we click the close button, we need to basically make this window disappear. So main window will be null whenever you click the cross button. So if I now refresh this application, npm run start, so what should happen, guys, you will see that it is saying again this error will take place, cannot find module drive app credentials.json. Let me check, guys, what is the error here. Just wait, guys, I'm checking it. Require, I'm just checking the error, guys, just wait, I'm back. When guys, I figured out the error. This was a path error which was taking place. So simply go to this credentials path variable and put a slash here. If you just put a slash here, the error will go away, it will no longer take place. So if I basically run this application, so no error will take place here. So this application will work here. Now to basically load that template, which is welcome.html, this page, h1 page heading. So what we can do is that inside our this one, we can say main window dot, either we can load the file or a URL. We can load a URL here, which will be the home URL. It is running on localhost 3000. So it will go to the home page right here. It will go to the home page here. So we have inside the home page, it will go to this line, and now here we are loading the welcome.html. So if I now execute this application, so what should happen? It will now show this message to the screen here, which is, it is saying that no such file or directory drive welcome.html. Again, you need to, I think you need to put a slash here. I forgot to do that. Just put a slash here. So if you now see, guys, welcome page will be showing here. And just put slash here also, guys. Whenever you declare your token path, just declare a slash here also. Just make sure. So now we are loading this welcome.html page, guys, and after doing this, guys, we will now be doing the authentication, how we can basically do that. So go to welcome.html. Instead of showing this welcome page, we will now be having a button showing to the user, and this button will say authorize. So once the button, we will give it an ID to this button of authorize button, and we can write the JavaScript code right here, guys, and we will basically require Electron library here also, and from this we need to extract IPC renderer. This is basically a module inside Electron which allows you to communicate between the front end and the back end. So here what we can say, we can add an event listener to the button. So we can basically first of all say DOM content loaded event. So when all the content is loaded inside the DOM, we just need to here get the authorize button. We can say get element by ID, whatever ID that you have given to the button. We can bind a event listener to the button here. When we click the button to the user, we can simply say IPC renderer, and we can send out an event here. This event needs to be anything, you can give name here to this event. This is similar to socket.io, guys. This IPC renderer, we are communicating from the front end to the back end. So now this event can be anything. Now we need to catch this event inside our index.js. So how to basically catch this? It's simple. We have imported the IPC main here. In the front end we have IPC renderer, but in the server side we have IPC main. So right here at the bottom side we can simply bind IPC main, and we can listen for this event which is authorize. So when this event comes, we just need to basically call a function here in the callback which is authorize. We can basically define this function right here, guys, at the top here. We can define this function authorize and right here. So inside this function, guys, we will do the heavy lifting here. First of all, we will construct the authorization URL, auth URL, and here we will say that OAuth2 client. It contains a method, guys, various methods it contain: get access token, generate code verifier. So various methods are there. We will use this method, generate auth URL. Inside this, we will say access type will be offline. So this is a very important option. If you don't provide this, your refresh token will not be generated. Just provide this, and also provide the scope as well. So scope is scopes that we declared early on. This is a URL, and then we will basically generate the auth window. So for this, we again will use browser window again. So the width of the window once again will be 800. Height will be once again 600. You can change all these options. Web preferences, node integration will also be true, and context oscillation true, false. So that's all, and this is, we are doing it so that we can use Node.js here also. And after this, guys, we can say that auth window load URL. So we will load a URL, guys, here, auth URL, which we made here. So we are loading this auth URL inside this window, guys. So what should happen if I refresh this application, guys? It will basically load this window. If I click the authorize button, basically click this authorize button, you will now see, now it will open this authorization window where we can enter the email and the password. This is actually the authorization screen right here when you assume. So after doing this, guys, we will basically, after we enter the email and the password, this redirect, we need to say auth window. Electron has this mechanism, a property called as web content dot on, and we can listen for this event, guys. Redirect, all these events are there. So one such event is will redirect. So after the user has entered the email and the password, here we will basically capture the authorization code. So inside our query params, we will have this new URL, and we will pass the URL search params. We will get the code here, query params get code, and here we will simply compare the authorization code. If the authorization code is there, in that case we will say get token, we will exchange it for the access token, we'll provide the code, and then inside the callback function we will actually get our access token. So this is actually the access token, guys, and I can simply console log the token right here. So again, if I refresh this application, guys, so what should happen? Npm run start. So again, for the very first time, you just need to enter your email password, guys, whenever you are starting the application. So once it is, you have entered, this will be saved. This information will be saved inside this session. So now we just need to enter the password. So here I will simply check my tab, click on yes. So if you now check, nothing will happen here. You need to allow the permission here. After you allow the permission, you will now see, guys, this access token will get generated. This is the access token. This is the refresh token, and this is the actual scope. Token type is bearer. Expiry date is this. Expiry date, I think it lasts for 60 minutes. So after 60 minutes, automatically refresh token will generate a new access token for you. This refresh token. So that's why we generated refresh token. So now we need to save this token inside a file, guys. So how we can do that? It's very simple. We can basically, first of all, set this using a set credentials method. We can set this information, pass this token to this method, that's all. So this will set all the information such as access token and refresh token, and then basically it contains a on method, guys. Tokens, this is very important. Whenever your token is expired, this new token will be generated using refresh token. Here we will compare if the new token has a refresh token property. In that case, we can exchange it. Token dot refresh token is equal to new token dot refresh token, and then we will write fs write file synchronize. We can say token path JSON stringify token. That's all. So this is all the event, guys. This is responsible. After 60 minutes, if your token is expired, this code will execute automatically and it will exchange for a new access token. That's all. So after we do that, guys, we need to store this write file. We will write the actual inside our token path. We need to convert this into JSON stringify token, and the error, and here we can console log a message that access token is stored in token.json file. That's all. So if I now once again refresh this application, so now, guys, if I click authorize, no longer you need to basically, it is automatically saved right here, if you see. So if you now click this account and click, it will ask for the permission, click allow. So in the left hand side, token.json file will get created, guys, and this holds your access token, refresh token, the actual scope, token type, bearer. So now with the help of access token, guys, you will be able to upload files, delete files inside your Google Drive. So now the second step is that we need to redirect the user back to the home page. So what we can do is that we need to first of all now close this window, auth window, close this window. And after closing it, we will simply load the URL, which will be http localhost 3000/form. So here basically we need to add a request to the form. We need to add this request in the app express get form. So here we will load our file. So here we will load this form.html. So I think we have created this file. So this will actually hold the actual form, guys. So we can say here, give it a heading, upload form. Simply do that. So if you now refresh, guys, so after you do that, click authorize, select. You can now see it is basically access token is stored in token.json and it is redirecting me to upload form. So the problem is that, guys, once again if I open the app after closing it, it again redirect me to the authorize button. There is a problem right here because access token is already present. If you see, access token is already present. So I directly need to redirect the user to the upload form. So how we can write the logic here? So right here inside, whenever we create a window, just right here, whenever we creating a window here, we will automatically just compare here if the token is already present. So we will basically write a code here which will be const token file exist, and here we will simply say file system exist synchronize. So here we will provide the token path. If the file already exists, in that case, guys, we will extract the token fs read file synchronize. We will read the file here from the token path like this. This will be UTF-8, and then we will again set this information, set credentials to token, that's all. And OAuth client, we also need to set the event as well for the refresh token as well. So this will be the same code, guys, that we written just a few moments back. Just paste it here also. So right here now we will load this URL. If the access token is already present, then we will load this template, which is http localhost 3000 form. And if in the else block, if the access token is not present, in that case we will load this template, which is this one, 3000, the actual home page. So this is basically the modification you need to do. So now once you launch this application, guys, access token is present, so it will redirect the user back to the upload form. You can see that. If I delete this token file, so now token file is not present, and again if I start this application, it will now redirect me to the authorize button. If I click it, generate the token file, click allow, and now you can see that. So this is the modification. So after this, guys, so now we will be basically be writing the logic in order to upload the file. This is really easy. I will be seeing you in the next section. Now guys, in this section we will basically write the HTML code for the upload form. This is really easy. Uh, Inside our H1 here, we will simply change the title to Google Drive file upload app. After this guys, we will have a form here. Action will go to /upload. We can also give it an ID here, which will be upload form. And method here will be post. And also we need to give it encoding type multi-part form data. Inside this guys, we will basically have a input type of file. ID we will give file input. Name parameter we also need to give as files. And multiple. So here we allow the user to upload multiple files. It is required. You put 2 break tags here. And after this guys, we will have a label where we allow the user to enter the folder ID of where we need to upload the file. We will say that enter folder ID. So here we will say we will have an input field, input type text, and then we will say ID is folder ID. So whatever ID that the user submit here. This is also required. So we will also give it a placeholder similar to this. So you can simply paste this placeholder. So that's all guys, and lastly we will have a button which will upload files. We will also have 2 break tags after this also. So this button, we will basically have an ID here, upload button. This type will be submit. This is actual HTML code guys which is there. So if you now refresh your application, so this is the actual upload form guys. You will see Google Drive file upload app, and all these 2 things are required. So after this guys, we will actually write our JavaScript code here. We will also be showing a message once the files are uploaded. So they just give it a div and ID result. And inside the JavaScript code guys, we will first of all get the reference to the upload form by the ID. We will basically add an event listener of submit. So when the form is submitted, we will say e.prevent default, prevent the auto submission of the form. And then how many files are selected, file input, we have given the ID to that input element, dot files. So then we will get the actual folder ID which the user has entered, dot value. And then in order to transfer this, we will use form data. We will use a for loop if the files are multiple. Here we will say files.length I++. We will say that form data append files.i. That's all. And also we need to append the folder ID as well. So here we will also append the folder ID, which is the actual folder ID. That's all. So now we will basically make a fetch request. Fetch is available inside every browser. So we will say http localhost 3000 /upload. This will be a post request. Method is post. Body is form data. It returns a promise, and We will convert this to a JSON. Again, it returns the data here, and we will say upload success and the actual data. So we will show this message here. We have given the ID, which is result. You will make the inner HTML and a message here, files uploaded successfully to Google Drive. And also we will reset the file input as well. The value will be nothing. So now we need to basically make this post request, guys. So this is really easy. In the next step, in the last step, we will actually upload the files by making this post request. So now guys, in the last section, we will basically make this post request that inside our form.html, we are sending it using the fetch request here. So just go to index.js. We will basically make app express dash post upload, and then we will basically use the middleware that we configured, which is upload Multer. It contains array method to upload multiple files. It will upload the files, and then after that we will simply say const files request files, and we can console log the files. So just to cross check if the files are uploading inside the uploads directory, what I will do, I will start this application. Just select any file here. Let's suppose this file. Two files selected, and just give it a folder ID. So you can see that, guys, the files are uploaded here. You can see that the files are being uploaded. It is having two files here. So let me just again refresh. Let me try it for the second time. Let me have 5 files here, 6 files. Paste the folder ID. So now you can see that, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. All these 4 files selected are successfully uploaded here. So now what we need to do, guys, we need to here upload these files to Google Drive. So what we can do right here, we will have a if condition here that if the OAuth client credentials are not there, in that case we will simply return a message here that you are not authorized. 401 error we will send, that is authorization required. You can't access this endpoint. Please authorize the app first. So if the credentials are okay, in that case we can access our Drive API, Google Drive, Google.drive, and here we can basically pass the version number, which will be version 3, and the authorization will be OAuth2 client. And then we will simply say files for each. For each file, what we will do, guys, which the user has selected, we will basically have the metadata, drive file metadata. The name of the file will be file.original name, and the parents is actual folder name. This will be coming dynamically, so folder ID that we passed here using fetch. And then we will simply say the drive media, the actual media file. So here mem type reflects the extension of the file. So this will be file.mem type, and the body file system create read stream. We will read the file here using this method file.path. After we get this information, we will actually use the method which is there inside drive files dot create. This will actually upload the file, and here we need to provide the method, information, which is resource drive file metadata media drive media, and the fields, which is ID, which fields you want to return. So after you do this, guys, basically this returns a callback function, error, and drive file. So we can say that console log file uploaded successfully. And lastly, we can simply say a message, return a response back to the front end, which is a JSON, that is message all files uploaded successfully. So that's all, guys, that is there inside this application. So once I refresh here, if I now refresh here, if I open my Google Drive, if I refresh here, you will see this is a folder here. Let me delete this file also, which is present right here, and paste the folder ID. And choose here, let's suppose this much of files, 7 files. Click upload files. You will see this message appearing right away, file uploaded, and now you will see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So all the 7 files that we selected, guys, are successfully uploaded right here. You can see that. So this is basically the desktop application, guys. Now basically we can bundle this Electron app to a exe file. For doing that process, guys, what we can do right here, we can delete all these image files. In order to bundle this together, we have a dependency called as npm Electron builder. So if you see, if you just type this on npm.js, we have this dependency which is Electron builder. So this dependency, you need to install it as a dev dependency. So what I will do, npm i -- save dev Electron builder. So just install this dependency. So after that, guys, you do need to add some scripts here. Just go to your package.json. Just you need to add this build script. Just go to your package.json file, guys, right here. Just add this build script right here, guys. This is basically the name of the app here. This needs to be unique, and this is the product name. So this is actual product name which will be reflected here, and it will create a dist directory. It is already only targeting the Windows machine. You can even target Mac, Linux machine as well. And one more command that you need to add, guys, which is the build command here in the script section. You can just write here Electron builder. That's all. So if I now basically go to command line and just type here npm run build, so now it will build this application. It is saying unable to find Electron app main.js. Just wait, guys, let me see what is the problem. Sorry, Electron dash builder, sorry. This needs to be Electron dash builder. So again, refresh this. So it is now running this command, guys. Basically, in the left hand side, it will create a dist folder. It will take some time, guys. You will see it is creating this exe file which will be packaged. So once it's completed, you will get a notification that your app is ready. So now your app is ready, guys. You can package this app and share it with anyone. This is your exe file. This is a setup file. You will see that. And already you are logged in. So that's why you are already logged in. So this also contains this folder as well. You need to allow the access, guys. So some machines have this blocked. You need to allow the window defender firewall. So simply allow this access. So again, you can basically create a folder here. Let's suppose test create. This folder will get created, and let's suppose copy this folder ID. So I will select 3 files here. Files uploaded. So all the source code, guys, is given in the description of the video. You can purchase the full source code if you still have some doubt. I have showed you in this video step by step. You can go to stripe.com. After you make the payment, you will get this full directory structure alongside with the exe file. And please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and also share this video with your friends. And I will be seeing you in the next video.